I'm about to go see an early screening of The Flash. Let's talk about it. Spoiler free. Alright, I just got back. I'm going to record this in the car just because I don't want to wake up the whole household here. So a little bit of change of scenery from usual. But it was a good movie. It was a lot of fun. It's definitely something I recommend watching. So I'll give my little non-spoiler review of it. I might, a little bit later, post on Facebook my more spoiler review. But for today, we're just going to talk about the little non-spoiler stuff. It was fun. It was a fun movie. I recommend seeing it. Don't get too caught up in the whole Ezra Miller nonsense. And it was a good time, And I got some of these cool posters, actually, too. I'll show off really quick. But these were all pretty sick. And, I had a good time watching. That one's pretty cool with the hourglass. And the movie, it was longer than I thought it was, but it keeps a good pace, honestly. It keeps a really good pace. It's fun all the way through. There's a lot of great cameos in the film. I wrote down some of my little non-spoiler stuff. Like, one thing that's big about the movie, there's a lot of CGI. Almost every scene is CGI'd to the max. No wonder, of course, with the court and stuff, all that with Ezra Miller, and you got, a lot of reimagining, retooling of the DC universe. But it did take 9 years from announcement to make this movie. I mean, it was announced in 2014, I believe. So it took a long time, but I'm sure post-credit took a good chunk of that. There was a lot of CGI in this movie. There's some solid jokes, too. It's fun. It's very lighthearted. None of it's too goofy. It's getting in a little more of its Marvel bag, sort of. A lot of guys are going to say. But I think it was fun. It was a good movie to bring the whole family to, honestly, without really feel like it's pandering to any specific audience. And had a good handle on the Flash character, Your feelings about Ezra Miller aside, he had it, he's a little bit too goofy at certain points, but Flash, he's a goofy guy. So, and it was cool to see him play, dual roles on maybe an 18-year-old, young and dumb, not smart version of Barry Allen, and a scientist, more sporadic Barry Allen, who's been through more trauma. So it was really interesting to see that, like, duology there. His whole issue with his mom was really cool to see how he played that out. And they had a good handle on the multiverse, too. I mean, the multiverse does come into play in some shape or form, through the Speed Force and all that. And, I also love how, there's a character in the movie that has random knowledge of the multiverse, which is fine. You need exposition done. And the movie's not perfect. It's got its problems, but, bat knowledge, you can call it. So that was fun. There's a lot of awesome cameos, especially in that third act. There's some cool cameos, but there's good cameos throughout the film, too. There's a lot of, keep your eyes peeled, but they're pretty obvious. And a fun end credit scene. It's whatever. They kind of make a joke out of a classic character. But in the same sense, it's fun. It's lighthearted. It's one of the better end credit scenes we've seen in a while. And every time Keaton's a highlight of the film. Keaton's great in it. Ezra Miller actually plays pretty well. I'm not huge on Ezra Miller as a person, but he was fun in the movie. And the girl plays, I believe I'm supposed to see, but the girl plays Supergirl. She was great in it, too. She was definitely a highlight. It was cool to see General Zod back. There was a lot of highlights to the film, but Michael Keaton was probably number one on my list. He was awesome. He was in it for a good chunk of the film. He had a lot of great action sequences with him. And every time he was kind of like the main part of the shot in the bat suit, they would hit you with a remix of that classic Batman score. And it would give you chills. It was amazing. That bat score being worked into the overall score was awesome. And it had a good score to the film, And the cinematography was okay. Nothing too stellar of shots, kind of. But there was some, fun stuff, with the troops and all that, and a lot of great CGI. The CGI is more part of the cinematography, not really, the art of the camera angle and stuff like that. And it was a great last-second stinger. And now they did say that this may not be the final version of the film. So I don't know all of what's going to be released based off what I watched. But if they stick with the last-second stinger that I saw, it was pretty good. I wasn't really expecting that at all. So that was pretty cool. And, of course, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the Super Jersey crew. Thank you to Paul Brown. Thank you to the Malton Theater. And thank you to the Panther crew that I rolled with today. Of course, it was a great time. Shout out to everybody that came out and enjoyed it and watched it with us. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely I was just happy to be there. You know what I mean? So it's a film. I honestly, if you're a fan of superheroes, if you're a DC fan, if you're a Marvel fan, I recommend watching this movie. It's fun. You put aside the real world issues, all that doesn't matter. Just enjoy the movie for what it is, and I think you'll find a lot of enjoyment out of it. It's an ideal theater watch because it's very cinematic. It's a very cinematic film. It almost makes you wish that they had, taken this cast, especially with all the cameos, and made more like maybe, Infinite Crisis or Crisis on Infinite Earths style movie instead of just leaving these characters as cameos. But it was fun. And you'll never see anything like this. With Keaton coming back and all the cameos that are in this movie. And again, I'll post a spoiler, paragraph or two on Facebook around the time this is going to drop, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So it was very cool, and my lights just went out, so that's a good cue for me to end the video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook for more daily content. I'm dropping stuff on here every single day. I drop stuff on YouTube Shorts 3 times a day. I drop full-length videos twice a week, usually Wednesdays and Sundays, or when I drop it, I'm dropping this a little bit early just because I'm excited to talk about the Flash movie. I had fun watching it. It was a good time. And so that's all going to be linked down in the description with the Facebook group Fandoms Unleashed as well. My main Facebook, we got Instagram, and of course the YouTube here. So follow me on all the socials, all linked down in the description. Until next time, peace.